What's good, y'all? You know, my entire life I've had issues with authority. Now, this might come as a surprise to some of my friends and family, but like I've always been like an intellectual rebel. Like even through childhood, I would like I'm gonna follow the rules, but I don't get why I'm following the rules. That doesn't really make sense. You know, that's just how I was in my head, even as a young kid, because y'all know I'm an old soul. So some of the stuff that I see people doing, I'm like, well, why is that a rule? Why is that a thing? And a lot of the times, even at a young age, adults couldn't answer my questions, which made me not want to listen to them even more. But so I didn't get my ass beat by my mom and dad back in the day, so I didn't get spanked for misbehaving or being a poor representation of our family. I would just fall in line, you know. But my issues with authority didn't really come to a head until I was 16 years old working at Target. You know, getting bossed around by some women in like some middle-aged to upper-aged women that have nothing else going for themselves, bossing us around because that's the only sense of power that they have in the world. You know, I could tell, looking back on it, I could tell how lonely those ladies were. And then specifically those ladies, because some of the dudes were assholes. Dudes are dudes. You can just tell them to fuck off and that's it. You know what I'm saying? But the ladies that had some power, they made sure that they let you know that they were the managers, that they were in charge, that they were the boss. They would walk around high and mighty like, yes, we're the bosses. Yes, yes. And I'd be like, okay, and you're the boss at Target. Like, I could go over this, I could walk down the street, get a job at Dollar Tree. I can go to Sam's Club. I can go get a job at Home Depot. I could go work at Shoe Carnival, Foot Locker. You ain't that special, sweetheart. You ain't that powerful here, you know? So my entire life, I've just been like that. Like, who are you to exact your power over me? You are in a position of authority. That means you should be in the position of leadership. There's a lot of people in these managerial positions that, yes, I'm the manager. Yes, yeah, you're the manager. You're not the leader. That's the big difference. You're a manager. You manage the stuff that the leaders tell you to do. You don't lead anything. You know what I'm saying? And even then, leadership doesn't have to come in the form of a certain position title. Leadership is something that you're born with or something that you work very damn hard to develop. You feel me? That's just one of those things. That's like that sense of power in myself. And I guess being raised an only child, it's always just been me. And that's one of the things that why I always say, like, you need to be willing to accept the consequences of your actions. Because, you know, growing up as an only child, I never had the little brother or even the older brother, little brother, big sister, little sister, big sister to blame something on, you know, in my household. You know, I never had that. So every time I did something, I got in trouble. I couldn't really hide it that well. I couldn't pass it off to nobody. I learned very quickly that if you do something, either be very good at your lie, be very good at covering up your tracks, or, hey, you about to get that ass whooping, homie. Very simple. You know what I mean? But to transition to the spiritual side of this conversation, one of the things that I love to talk about in this channel is like I like to promote independence. Now, I'm not saying independence and like, you know, be like lone wolf to the point that it hurts you. If you need a hand, reach out. You know, there's nothing wrong, there's nothing weak about saying, yo, I tried to do this on my own. I need some help. As long as you tried it on your own first. That's the big deal with me. Did you try it first? Well, no, then let me know when you tried it. Because what you want me to do, walk, like hold your hand throughout this? I ain't gonna be here forever. You need to learn how to do this on your own. Go do it. Let me know when you struggle. Let me know when you tried it. Let me know when you attempted and failed it multiple times. Let me know you put in some effort before you ask for that help. Then I'm there for you 110%. You know what I'm saying? But one of the things I noticed is like, you know, one of my rant videos, I said like sometimes I see weakness in the spiritual community. You're tapped into the infinite, but yet you're still waiting for a YouTuber. You're still waiting for one of these quote, quote, spiritual leaders to tell you what to do next. You know, and no disrespect to anybody. I know we're all in different positions, but sometimes I'm just trying to light that fire under some of y'all asses. You know what I'm saying? I was in Isis Wisdom's Telegram group. And I was just like tuning into one of her lives, you know, just seeing what she's talking about. Because I like what she's, well, like 80 to 85% of the time, I like what she's saying, you know. But there was one of those where like she was letting like, you know, the community like, you know, come in, ask questions, share what they've been going through and all that type of stuff. So I'm just paying attention. And I've talked about this before, but I'll never forget. It's almost like a core memory for some reason. But I just sensed so much weakness, so much fear and so-called spiritual conscious people. Well, what do I do if, but I'm just so worried about, I'm actually scared. Don't get me wrong. Yes, these are emotions. We all experience being scared. We all come face to face with fear from time to time. There's certain times where we don't know what direction to go and we're lost. We express that frustration. I get you. But there's a feeling when you're someone that doesn't inhabit the world of fear anymore. It's like, I know I said real recognize real, but real also recognizes its polar opposite. If I'm hot, I know what cold is. If I'm flying, I know what someone sinking looks like. So there's a difference between just being temporarily lost and confused, and you just need a few answers to your questions. But then there's another place where it's like, where is that coming from? Is stuff coming from the heart? Is stuff coming from a place of love, happiness, abundance, courage, fearlessness? Or is it coming from a place of fear, anxiety, worry, doubt? You can feel it in people's voice. Everything is a vibration. You can feel a loud vibration more so than you can feel a nice and quiet one. You can hear my voice reverberating on the walls and ceilings around me, and the person is talking like this and very soft mannered. You'll never hear their voice bouncing off the walls. You see what I'm saying? So which one would you rather be? If you're a so-called queen, a goddess out here, why are you not speaking with power? Why are you not speaking with authority? Now, I'm not saying, ladies, that you go out here, yeah, my name is Cynthia, and I'm tough. Hey, nah. See, you got that nice, beautiful, delicate voice. But, you can kill people delicately. Like fencing, for example. You take a broadsword, big-ass two-handed sword. Yeah, this makes me tough. Or like a samurai katana. It's heavy, it's weighted, it's dense. You know what I'm saying? But then the fencing, I don't know what the fencing sword, the little rapier, is that what it's called? Don't quote me on that one. I'm blanking right now. But the fencing sword, it's very sleek, it's very nimble, but it's flexible, and it's very thin, but it can pack a wallop if you hit it in the right spots. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you don't have to be like me to be powerful. You don't have to be like a man, ladies, to be powerful. You do not. Women, you are, especially my melanated, carbonated, so-called black, African American, indigenous, neuromelanated women. The whole list. You are the creators of life on this planet. You are powerful. Why would you step down to me? Why would you try to be like me when you are quite literally the epitome of power? You know what I'm saying? And this might counteract it, you know what I'm saying, whatever. But me as a man, it's like, I am born to be a leader. And I'm not saying that you women, ladies out there, are supposed to be my followers, supposed to be subservient to me. That's not what I'm saying. But it's part of my DNA to be the aggressive one, to be the protector. And if I'm willing to put my life on the line, most men, I feel like, can shake their heads in agreement with this. Whereas if I'm willing to put my life on the line with you, if I'm willing to give you my last dollar, if I'm willing to give you my last morsel of food, if I'm willing to give you my last drop of water to make sure that you are okay, to make sure that my children are okay, to make sure my family is okay, to make sure my friends are okay, then ladies, all we ask from you is just a little bit of quiet respect from time to time, a little bit of quiet praise when we're doing our thing, assuming that you have a good man. There's a whole bunch of weak ass little men out here that want your respect and want your submission and all that. I don't like submission. I don't want a woman to submit to me. That used to be some jargon that I used to buy into, but no, I don't want you to submit to me. I treat people the way I want to be treated. I have a problem when I have to submit my timesheet, when I have to submit my answers to a questionnaire or something like that. That word bothers me. You know what I'm saying? Because I myself am a leader. I myself am a king and a god and the creator of my life. I don't need anybody else to tell me where to go, where to turn. If I need it, if I ask for it, then sure. Hey, I'm a little lost right now. Hey, thank you. But I don't need to be led there. Just point me in the right direction and I'll figure it out from here. You know what I'm saying? I don't need a leader. No one needs a leader in your own personal life, in your own personal endeavors. What should I eat today? Well, what do you feel like eating? Like, what in the world? Now, if you're saying, like, if you're venturing, and once again, find the balance in what I'm saying. Like, if you're just like saying, what should I eat if I'm trying to change my life? Okay, you don't know. You're ignorant to this topic. Okay, you should eat more fruits and veggies, drink more water, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, like, in your own regular schmegular day-to-day life. Some people, I almost find it weird. Yes, it's interactive with your community, but there's some, YouTube channels that be like, what should I do next? What should I wear next? Who should I prank next? Why are you waiting for everyone else to tell you what to do? You just go do it. You're creative, right? You're a content creator, right? I guess I get it. We all get our inspiration from different places. I'm just talking here. I'm fired up right now, so I'm just going off the top right now. But it's like I find that to be weird. You are the creator. You are infinite. So create. Tap into your own infiniteness. Yes, don't get me wrong. I take advice from my comment section. I get inspired by my comment section, but everything that I create is from my own mind. I don't feel the need to copy from people, as I will emulate and I'll even echo people. I will give credit where credit is due. But nevertheless, my thoughts are my own. If we 100% agree on something, then hey, it is what it is. But then there'll be certain points where my homie, my man, my fellow man, my brother, I agree with you on your points about what women and this and that. To a certain point though. What about this? That's why I'm very critical also of men. Like, especially like the young men, like once again, Andrew Tate, he be saying some stuff. He be saying some stuff that makes a lot of sense. But there's one thing that I heard, like another podcast talking about him, that say he's like the king of the simps. And I have to agree, I was bored one day and I was just doing some perusing of the types of people that leave comments, and they'll be, yeah, women are this, yeah, women are that, and I just hear that little voice, and yeah, I feel powerful watching this man. And these are the men that run out into the world because of their leadership on the internet. Some guy that they've never met in real life. He might say a bunch of wise words, and he might be a great guy. I don't know him, but it's like, you don't know these people. You don't know me. You know what I'm saying? That's why you have to take the advice, see if it makes sense in your world, and then go apply it in your own way. Some of y'all can't go out here and take on the same energies as some of these alpha male channels, these red pill channels. You can't do it because you haven't gone out there and got the background. You haven't had the same experiences that these individuals have gone through to come to their final conclusions. You're just taking some stuff from a confident speaking individual and going out there and trying to emulate it when that's not you. That's them. No one can be you. No one should be able to control you like that. Why do you think that you're able to just copy and paste somebody else's experiences into your world? You need to be your own leader. And a leader takes information from everybody and everything and applies it to protect himself, to enrich himself, to enrich the people around him, to better the people around him, all the above and all the et ceteras. You see what I'm saying? So be your own leader. Don't wait for someone to come here and save you. Protect yourself, move in a smart way that you'll never need somebody else's protection. The best way to save yourself from a super stressful, from a life-threatening situation is to stay away from anything that would put you in that situation in the first place. How do you not trip on stuff in your house? You make sure your floor is clean in the first place. You won't step on that Lego. You see what I'm saying? You won't step on that toy. You won't trip and fall on your wrist and hurt yourself if everything is in order in your living space. That's just an easy example. How do you make sure you're healthy into your future? How do I plan on achieving my goal of living past 111? I used to say 111. Nah, I want to look like this when I'm 200. Why not? I got big goals. How am I going to do that? Well, I can't do that by following other people. I can't even do that by following the Dr. Sebis, the Layla Africas. I can't do it by following them because they didn't live that far. Okay, I'm now going to venture into new territory. And once again, no disrespect to them. Let me go ahead and clarify. I'm just saying that, okay, they probably some information that the next generation can use to better our lives. The point of each generation is to make the next generation better than you. But that's what I'm saying. Even though they did great work, tremendous work, I have to carry on the torch in my own way. I have to learn from them and say, okay, what's the next thing? What's the thing that I haven't heard them talk about? What's the next thing? What can I do? How do I break through? How do I activate that part of myself? And then how can I teach that to other people? I'm a leader in my own world. That's what I do. I can't be led. And yes, it is a little bit of the ego. It's a little bit of my stubborn young male pride. But I'll never take a knee next to somebody. Never. I'll never take a knee in the presence of another man, of another one. I know I won't. I'll acknowledge somebody's leadership. I'll acknowledge that they might be the leader of a community or something that I'm joining or something like that. I'll acknowledge that they might be my temporary leader. You're my leader in this, this archetypal societal structure, but you have no leadership in here, no matter what, no matter who you are. Gun to my head, sword to my throat. I don't care. Say I'm your leader. Say I own you. Fuck you. You slit my throat. Man, I'll drag my own neck across this sword. Who the fuck you think you are? That's how serious I am about that. You know what I'm saying? And that might be my youthful pride. And don't get me wrong, some of y'all might be bewitched if I'm in, or like, like confused. But I'm also good at playing possum. Being a strong individual, you have no problem pretending to be weak. You know what you're doing. I play the fool very well. You know what I'm saying? I play the fool very well. When we are close, appear far. When we are far, appear close. I'll be right here in front of you, but I'll make you think that I'm further away from you in regards to an intellect and such. Intelligence was the word that was trying to come out there. But nevertheless, it's like I'll make you think that I'm a straight up idiot, dunce, airhead. All I'm doing is learning. All I'm doing is observing. All I'm doing is waiting for my opportunity. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm surprisingly enough, I'm a pretty decent actor. You feel me? But nevertheless, it's like I lead myself. And I like where I'm going. When everyone else says I'm going left, I'm going right. When everyone says go straight, I'm gonna take a quick break. When people says rest, I work. When people say work, I rest. I'm a contrarian. That keeps me from going along with the herd. But the thing is, the very important thing about being a leader and being a contrarian is you gotta know when to follow the herd. That's a very useful skill. Yes, I know we all want to break away from mainstream media. We're different. We're abnormal. We're unique. We're chosen ones. We're the star seeds. We're different. I get that. But sometimes, like when you in an area, for example, and you gotta follow the traffic. Okay, wait, I don't know where I'm going, but a vast majority of the cars are all turning right here. This is probably a very popularly traveled route. Okay, I'm gonna follow everybody else here. You see what I'm saying? But then there's simple things, like when I got out from the airport, there was like the lines, like when they cut off the lines and they pretty much put you in the little rat maze that going you back and forth to conserve space, but they just have everyone lined up in the little zigzags until you get up to the teller or whatever. When I was going up to the shuttle to go get a rental, there was nobody in line, but there was all those things, and I saw like 3 people in front of me, walk all the way through, back and forth through the line, and I was like, or I could just step over this little chain here, or just like put the like lift over the thing and just walk straight to the bus. These people had walked back and forth, and I just walked straight through, and some dude looked at me, he was like, damn, why didn't I just do that? This is what happens when you think for yourself, ladies and gentlemen. Get off of the internet. Ladies and gentlemen, get off of social media. Stop letting the internet control your requirements of significant others. Get off of social media. A lot of us are like just thinking too much, like, oh, they had that, then I want that now. I'm deserving of that. I want that. It's like you do realize, like, just because someone is wealthy doesn't mean that they're going to be the best for you. Just because someone is poor does not mean that they cannot do anything for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. We all want financial security. We all want abundance. We all want comfort. I get that. But sometimes, like men and women alike, we have lost our way. And that's because we're too busy following everybody else. We're too busy following these red pill channels. We're too busy following our single ass girlfriends. We're too busy following the alpha male strategies of calling women bitches and you better submit to me. We were too busy following the, like monetizing men, seeing men as nothing but wallets. And if you don't have $800,000 when meeting me, you ain't worth it. Sweetie, you're 22 years old and you just graduated college and you have negative dollars right now. And you have the nerve to like look down on me? Huh? You see what I'm saying? But that's just what happens when you like embrace this lone wolf mentality, even if it's temporary. For me, it's just my personality. It's how I've been, it's how I'm raised. That's probably how I'm gonna go out. But it's like everyone needs to have a little bit of lone wolf in them. Everyone needs to be able to understand what it feels like to be alone, and I'm going to make a video on that. But nevertheless, it's like everyone needs to be able to think for themselves. Stop waiting for handouts. Stop waiting for people to tell you which direction to turn. Stop waiting for people to tell you what to do, and think for yourself. To the next one. Peace.